Hey, what's up, everyone? It is steak night tonight in my kitchen, not Hell's kitchen, but we're gonna raise a little heat over here tonight. I got a few things. You want to come in a little bit? This is what we're gonna be cooking with: two beautifully marbled steaks, along with a little bit of garlic and rosemary. That comes after good searing. All right. Now, we got our pan already hot, got it going, got the cast iron out. I see a little bit of smoke, so that just tells me the oil's nice and hot. What you want to do at first is get steak. I've already seasoned it with some salt and pepper, and I got it a little bit on the back end. What you want to do, first thing, is get that fat going. Sear the fat. Lay that one down. Get the other one. Same thing. Let it go in there for a little bit. Let it sear it off. Alright. Push it down in there. Nice. Now, we got it on a medium heat. And we're going to be letting that cook for just a few minutes. Alright, now I'm going to tell you what else we're going to be having tonight along with that. We've got some little new potatoes. I've already prepped this, so we ain't got to wait on it. So I already got some potatoes ready. We're going to be cooking those after we cook it out. I'm going to cook it right in the seasonings that we did with the steaks. You get all that nice juiciness, and I'll be careful, water splashing there. We got asparagus tonight also. Again, I already cooked that. It's just waiting to go into the pan after the steaks have cooked. And looks like I really need a bigger pan, but that's okay. There we go. We're just going to let those cook a little bit. Now, if you want to prep a day ahead of time, by all means, these are kind of cheap. It's rosemary. It has an amazing smell and amazing flavor. What you do in the daytime, same with the rosemary and some garlic and olive oil, is crush them up, put them in, now leave skins on, just like we're going to cook with them. Put it in a regular bag, just a big old freezer bag or a storage bag. Throw them in the refrigerator. And let that sit overnight, and that's going to just infuse your steaks. It's going to have all this nice, juicy, lovely marbling we've got going on. It's going to just infuse with that, and it's going to have the most amazing steak. Now, I did not get these from a grocery store. I did go to a butcher earlier today, so these are freshly cut steaks. Still they had tonight, so like I said, these look good. I was like, give me a couple of them. And if you have a steak place that you can go to, by all means, treat yourself every once in a while. It's still on there. We want to wait for it to release, and that's another thing. Cut up for just a little bit. Your protein will let you know when it's ready to come up and be ready to be turned over. The protein releases, the meat, chicken, certain pans will release from the bottom of it, and it's okay to just kind of lift up a little bit and try to tell what we got, and that's okay. I've cleaned this earlier. I'm just moving around, cleaning as I go. And what I'm going to do is actually lay a few paper towels down here. Now, if you're not used to cooking steak or anything like that, this will absolutely help you out. These are going to absorb the blood. Now, we're going to cook ours not completely done, so if you do, you don't have to worry about this so much. But for those of you who do, see, it's already coming up a little bit. For those of you who do enjoy a nice bloody steak, oh yeah, heck yeah. When you cook them a little bit, don't overcook them. Throw you some paper towels down. That way, when you take them out to rest, and you want it to rest, it'll sit there and absorb it and it'll keep it from flowing over. Or if you have a plate, it just doesn't make a tremendous mess. So we're gonna let that other side cook a little bit, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with the rosemary and garlic after we get that cooked a little bit. Now also, if you seen my last video I did, gotta have the butter, good butter, 84% butter fat, and we're gonna be cooking with that, and it's gonna come up, have this amazing flavor, and just want to also, infuse it in the steaks as well. So it's not in the oven, so it's still not too hot, so I can still grab this. A lot of times what you need to do is get a pot holder, or if you have a little hand towel, use a hand towel to grab that. Now in the oven, you want a nice oven mitt or a thick, sturdy towel, not so much a hand towel, but just a thick towel, because it's going to be doing a lot of heat. And also, if you do that, if you do use a towel, make sure it's not wet, because what will happen is the heat will steam it, and your hand will start steaming on the other side, and it's not so good. Let's see what we got going on down here. It's just me tonight cooking. I've got a little help from my wife, Chrissy. She helped do the video at the beginning. My youngest son, AJ, he likes cooking. He likes doing this stuff, and I'm just trying to feel where it's at. Tell how tender and tough. The more done it is oops, down here. Hey, if I look, more closer down here it is, the more done it is. Closer up here, the less done it is. So that's rare, into the medium to well done. So we're still in the medium rare. That's about where we want them. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, that sounds gorgeous. So pretty. Alright, we'll lay them off to the side. Now, the reason why I'm doing this, again, is to rest and to prep for our additional flavor that we're going to be having in here. So, let's get our butter. Butter knife. And we're just going to cut a few pieces. Go ahead and toss that in there. Careful how you toss it. A little spatter. Deglaze the pan a little bit. Get some of that stuff up off there. Come on. Alright. Now, since see, this is exactly what you want. This is why you want a good butter. Look at how it's foaming up. That is deliciousness cooking right there. It really is. And it's not too bad. If you get real butter, Amish butter, it's actually not too bad price. So I'm actually going to break this in half. Throw that in there. Crush my garlic a little bit. And make sure you do leave it in the husk of it, the skin on the outside, because if you don't, it burns. And again, burnt garlic is not the most flavorful thing. Roasted garlic's good, burnt garlic's bad. So crush out a little bit. Sometimes you just gotta improvise. There we go. And we can wash everything, it's all good. What we're doing is flavoring that garlic. Flavoring that butter. And since we do have a smaller pan, what I'm going to do is actually pull that off and lay it on top of this one. And I'm actually going to throw one in at a time. See, back on the heat. Put that back down in there. And again, for single people, it's a little easier to do it like this, but there's two of us now, so that's why I did two at a time. So I'm going to cook it, though, like one at a time. A nice big fat spoon. You ready? Let me do this at an angle. Now it's getting hot. Now this is when you want to bring your towel out. Or your pot holder. Tilt your pan. Get some butter. It's alright. Throw it on up there. Just want to baste it. Just keep basting it. Oh, that rosemary and garlic is just the most insane, delicious smell there is. And it's actually kind of a treat for my wife because she's not had a steak done this way with the rosemary on there. I've used garlic several times and other seasonings when we've had it, but I've not had the chance to do the rosemary. And I said, you know what, I'm going to do rosemary tonight. I'm going to pull that off there because I want to flip it. Oh, and that fat. Oh my goodness. Soaking up every bit of that. Oh, that's gorgeous. Get a little zoom in. Like I said, I'm having to do everything by my camera phone. Hopefully, eventually, we're going to get a regular camera. And that way, you know, guys, I'm going to make sure I do a lot better videos for you guys. Make sure you get to see everything, and I'm not hiding nothing from you. There's a lot of other steak channels, but, you know, I'm just a normal guy, regular guy. I enjoy cooking. I do what I can to learn. Throw those on there. Just for my family, for myself, and what I learn. And when I get good at something, I'm going to share it with you guys. That butter right on top of there. Hear that sizzle? What I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this just a little bit more on this side. So a good trick is get it near that back part of that pan. And that is it for that one. Pull some of that off there for the next steak. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. Now for our other one. Now again, guys, the smell of this is just through the roof. It is the most amazing smell. Rosemary doesn't cost that much. It really doesn't. Your butter, actually, and your steak is what's going to cost the most. And to get, you know, good steak, good butter, things like that, is going to cost a little bit. And that's alright. Because we want to eat good every once in a while, right? Again, so, since I'm having to do it from the side, it's a little, I know it's a little odd. That butter's been flavored quite a bit, so this steak is going to get all that good deliciousness. Everything has been cooking, it's been seasoned, that butter is seasoned well. So you just want to keep basting it. Just keep basting it. As it cools on top, it's going to open up. And then what you're doing is adding a flavor. Because that's when it rests and it opens up, it releases all that blood and other juice is what you want. So whenever it comes out to your table or you serve it onto your own plate, you know, you don't have a gush of blood coming out there. So when you're at a steakhouse or something like that, you know, if they cooked it good and let it rest, if the blood just doesn't come gushing out on a medium rare steak or rare steak. Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous, guys. It's got a lot of color, a lot of seasoning going on. Now, the more color you got, not burnt, but the more color you got on a steak, on your chicken, on your eggs, the more flavor. And again, I keep talking about eggs because I'm doing that garlic parm soon. And it's going to be a infusion type of, get that down in there. I want that stuff to cook up a little bit. Get in there and cook up. It's going to be a fusion of garlic and parmesan and other seasonings in those eggs, and it's going to be amazing. So just keep basting it. Keep basting. Alright. Now, got that resting. I'll be pulling out some of the seasonings, also the garlic and the rosemary, because I'm throwing my asparagus and my potatoes in there. I'm going to do my asparagus first because it's just going to kind of season the asparagus a little bit. And oh my goodness, that is just gorgeous. It's tender, man. But anyway, I'll get back to it. The potatoes is going to soak up everything. So I want to kind of get my garlic cooking a little bit. Garlic, I'm picking up garlic. The asparagus is going to get just coated with the seasonings and stuff. The potatoes are going to actually soak up a lot of this. So I want to do my asparagus first, so it'll get a lot of the seasoning, and then I'm going to throw the potatoes on there on top of that. And I'm just kind of removing some of this rosemary. All right. Now, hey sweetie, can you come over here and grab this and set it on the table for me? And we'll plate it over there. Thank you. Now, here's it. Now, here's the scary part for a lot of people. Don't be afraid. It's just water. It'll be alright. So I'm just get a little paper towel, dab it off, because where this is hot, I'm gonna cut it down actually a little bit. Where this is hot and water does not mix well with grease, right? So ready for listening. There we go. Alright, I want to get our pepper mill out. I'm going to open it up a little bit. Alright. Just a little touch of salt, because it's got so much in there already. I don't want to overdo it, so a little bit. Have the tongs real quick, just so I can stir it around. I'm going to get this water away from that hot grease, or I'm going to have a flash fry, and I'm going to have a few third-degree burns on me. Just want to toss them around a little bit, let them cook and let them soak up some of that flavoring. Now here's a good little tip, guys. Whenever you're cooking asparagus, green beans, fresh, what you do is you get an ice cold, oh, you got it? Thanks. You get an ice cold bucket, you throw some ice in there, some cold water. After they start boiling and get that really bright, gorgeous green, you throw it in there, and it actually stops the cooking of the asparagus or green beans. Or probably okra. I've never cooked okra, but I just guess. But those two definitely, green beans and asparagus. And I usually put like a couple ice cubes in there. It's melted now, of course, but get it as cold as possible, because you don't want it to stop. Because when you throw it in your pan, you want to immediately, it's going to just soak up a little bit of that seasoning, and it's going to stick on there, and it's going to have the most amazing flavor. You're going to get all those flavors stuck to the asparagus. And that's what you want. You want as much flavor as you can. And I'm actually going to need a plate for the asparagus, please. Not one of those. That's one of our, yeah, that'll work. And if you start cooking asparagus, and you're going to see it starts getting a little slimy, that's okay. Well, that's just the green. That's just how green foods react. You ever cook spinach or anything like that? It starts breaking down. Here, you want to try a little bite? No? Okay. You're waiting for the whole thing, aren't you?
Yeah.
Alright, that is cooked. What do you think, guys? Alright, next is the potatoes. This is one of my favorite things. Come on, all out, all out. Alright. Now, same thing, I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. And I'm going to use that same spoon as I did the steaks with. I'm just going to toss them around a little bit in there. It's already got a bunch of the other flavorings and stuff in there, so I just want to, it's already cooked, so all I'm doing is adding a little bit of color and seasoning to the potatoes. Just want to toss it a little bit, get everything on there. You can already see some of the seasonings that's on there. That's a little bit of the asparagus that was left over. Some of the rosemary is on there. Spread them out a little bit so they'll cook kind of nice. Turn heat up just a wee bit. And again, you want to buy sticks of butter because it goes quick. Just want to add a little bit more in there. And if you don't want to use regular fat butter, you can use margarine. It's okay. It's not going to do the same flavoring. You're not going to get that same flavor profile as you would with real butter, and especially Amish butter, things like that. And I'll show you again what I bought. And I generally stay towards something like this, and got 84% of the butter fat, and that's where you saw that foaming action. And you see a lot of, if you do watch cooking, you'll see a lot of them sit there and throw a bunch of nubs of butter in there. Some of that's homemade butter, which same thing, you get high fat content, and some fats are okay, keto friendly fat, and some fats aren't, but this is a good kind of fat. And you're just giving a good toss, all that gorgeous seasoning, getting some nice color on those. Let me get a good zoom on there. We're going to get some nice color on there. Like I said, I turn it up just a little bit, sear them up a little bit. Oops, wrong way. So, and all in all, hopefully, guys, like I said, this is just, I redid my channel. I still do mindset, things like that, but I do it on like Instagram and Facebook, of course. And I eventually want to redo or do another YouTube channel for my inspirations, my mindset training, my thoughts, and all that. Things I learn and I like to pass on to others. But cooking's a big thing here. There's 6 of us all here. I got 2 step kids and 2 regular kids that I have. I've got 2 boys and of my own, then a stepdaughter and a stepson, and we're all the time having to cook and feed them. So, you know, I got used to cooking a little bit more, a little bit bigger meals than just for myself or me and my 2 boys. Blessed with my wife. She's been an amazing stepmom to my boys, and well, we're just a blended family. We're almost done with this. There's some nice sear on there. And if you like potato, you can actually do different kinds of potatoes, but we just got new potatoes on there. You can do little peppers, you know, stuff like that. And the reason why I keep turning these, because it's sticking a little bit. So that's why I keep tossing them. That way they don't overcook, you know. Just want to keep tossing these things. Oh, it's getting some nice color on there. Like I said, just because it has a little bit of color in it does not mean it's burnt. It just means it's seasoned well, and that's what we're going for, is flavor profile. Wife's over here looking at me. She says, hurry up, I'm hungry. See what we got going on. Hey, sweetie. Come here. What do you think?
Good.
What does it need? Touch salt, butter.
It's good.
Okay. Well, you heard it. It's good. Try not to overdo these. Alright. I think what we'll do is put it in a bowl and start getting a plate together. Turn that off. Oh, no, I got a bowl. You can get that glass plate right there. And I'm going to put it over there and I'm going to plate it over there. Alright. Got a nice little pan going. Get your bowl ready. Alright. Yeah, definitely. And after you get some of the stuff up, go ahead and throw a little bit of water in there. That way it'll kind of deglaze the bottom of the pan. And you can't leave it in there too long because it's a cast iron, and cast irons will rust. So this was treated before, so after I get it cleaned up and all that, I'll be retreating it again with some oil. That way it does not rust, and I keep it inside and the house here, and I don't go camping with it. So alright, let's head over to the table. Did you get one of these? Probably the top part. This is hot on the bottom. You're going to have to use 2 hands. Alright. So, let's get the plating. Zoom in a little bit. Start with our protein. It's right there on the side. That bad boy covers up half the plate, don't it? A couple greens. Those are so good. And some of our potatoes that we cooked in all that seasoning. Alright. What do you think, guys? Looks good and good enough to eat, I hope. Alright. Y'all have a great day. Bye.